My brother-in-law has a tremendous interest in genealogy, in tracing his family history. He's also investigating his wife's family, mine, and he generously supplies me with frequent updates. Genealogy is a tough game. It's not for the faint of heart or the underfunded. He's become very good at this. He's thorough, patient, and relentless, not easily duped, and he's come into contact with others who are veritable ferrets when it comes to digging out information from the huge heap of rubble that is the past. I understand his interest, one he shares with millions of others. Much of it is intensely personal. He wants to know where and who he comes from. And there is also the simple pleasure involved in solving a puzzle, unlocking the dark doors, and seeing a clear, well-marked trail blaze through the otherwise uncharted territory of time. I do get all of that, I think, but I do not share it. I know I come from somewhere, but I'm not sure the particulars interest me, because I don't think you can discover the particulars other than the names and dates, and the particulars are the real lifeblood in it. In other words, in delving into genealogy, you can find out a lot and know almost nothing. For example, in establishing my family tree, first of all, you would locate my father. Simple enough. You would learn that he fought in the war, he went to college, graduated as an engineer, and worked his entire life for one big company. That's about it. Fairly standard for his generation. On a page of genealogy, my father would not stand out. He's just a bridge back to someone else and someone else and someone else and someone else until you hit pay dirt, maybe, and come up with a king or a famous scientist, an artist, or a convicted child molester. If you follow the line far enough, they'll probably all be in there. But let me go back to my father. He was an unassuming man, skeptical of acclaim, never seeking it. He was also a great man. He specialized in getting things done. There was never anything he could not do. And when things got tight, his character improved. He became calmer and more decisive. He was someone you could rely on regardless of the circumstances. I could easily turn this into an epitaph, his testimonial. I won't. He wouldn't want me to do that. He's gone. He was cremated. I don't know what was done with his ashes, and there is no stone to mark his existence. He's completely vanished, and any genealogy would only note him as a name, son of, father of, a link. What an oversight. Additionally, another caution as to the limitations of this study: it's easy to misinterpret even hard data. The conclusions you make from studying descendants could be misleading. You might consider my father to be a cipher, not worthy of much consideration, while a baron or a prince standing high in your estimation could have been a douchebag of a person. And inheritance itself, what is passed on, is not an exact transfer of powers. It is that famous mixture of nature and nurture. For example, I developed but little of my father's abilities, like the way he could envision something, commit it to paper, and from that sketch cast a blueprint and create it. Inheritance is tricky. In the movie Gladiator, at the beginning, you have the Emperor Marcus Aurelius, and we are led to believe that he is one of the greatest men ever to pull on a toga. He is wise and just and powerful and kind, everything you want in a man, and a father. His son, Commodus, is a monster. How could that be so? The history says it is so. The actor who played Maximus, the glory role, the tragic role, won the award for Best Performer. I thought he had it easy. I would have given the award to the actor who played Commodus, the twisted soul, who could never be what he wanted to be, his father. Despite all efforts, including the murder of his father, he cannot measure up. The shortcomings fuel his insanity. The scene in which he overwhelms his sister by threatening her child, and she succumbs because she knows he is capable of anything to achieve his ends, and he, seeing her resignation, shouts, "Am I not merciful?" Real madness. Would it show up in your research? My point is that genealogy is deceptive. It's no straight line. It can produce distinct individuals, but they are, for the most part, masked and silent. It proves almost nothing except what I already know, that I come from somewhere and currently occupy a tiny spot that will one day connect to all those, the ones yet to come.